What is up, guys? Red Ranger 02 here, and I'm back with another review, and I am in my old review space because I got my computer's YouTube to sort of work. It was going pretty fast the one day I tried it, so let's hope, guys, because if that does mean something, if I can actually use it, that means you're gonna get a bunch of Kamen Rider belt reviews right after this, or maybe I'll upload them each day. But today, as you guys can see, we are reviewing the DX Wolkaiser set, or the Centarus Wolf Megazord from Power Rangers Mystic Force, or Magi Ranger. I went by the Japanese name first because of the same reason with Magi King. Magi King, it was the Japanese set. This is the Japanese set. Now, we can get a mold similar to this in America, which is the Phoenix Unizord. Actually, no, I'm good. I was going to do something, but no, I'm good. And we sort of got that mold, but we did not get this guy in particular. So right now, we're going to put Barikion or Catastros off to the side real quick. We're going to take a focus on Wolkaiser, aka Korag. Now, Korag is honestly one of my favorite villains from Power Rangers. I haven't watched a whole lot of Magi Ranger, so I can't speak of Magi Ranger. But in Power Rangers, he is one of my favorite villains. Second favorite villain, Zanaku, will always be my favorite. But he is supposed to look like this evil knight, and as you guys can see, they really got the details on this guy down, all the way down to the helmet, his shield even. What would have been cool is if they somehow found a way to get it so you could have the shield close and then open. That would have been cool, but it's still good. Now, accessories-wise, he does come with his shield, which then in turn can store his sword, just like it does in the show. So you can have him hold his shield, and you can have him hold his sword. Now, one thing is, you can't exactly get him to sheath it while he's holding them. I have done it once, but whenever I was doing it, I was like, maybe I shouldn't do that. It did not feel comfortable. Definitely felt like you were going to bend the arm in a wrong way. So, that's him all said and done. Just very nice details. The purple is very, very nice. All this nice silver on him. The sword's a little weird just because of how the handle folds in for mech mode later. So, you do kind of get, the sword bending awkwardly from time to time. But it's not bad. Now, we're going to set him off to the side just for a little bit. And we're going to bring in Barikion or Catastros. Now, I'm going to call him Catastros. I like Catastros better. Korag, I didn't like his... I liked his character, but the name was kind of eh. So I like Wolkaiser for him, and I like Catastros for him, because I'm not sure if Barikion means something, but Catastros is just a pretty cool name in my opinion. But as you can see, he is this nice black, silver, and gold horse with a little bit of red on the butt. But he is not a bad figure at all. He is very solid. Pretty solid. The guy that I bought Magi King from, I bought Wolkaiser from as well. So thank you. And he is just a very, very, very clean, nice figure. So let's go ahead, and he has Wolkaiser can actually do 3 things with Catastros, but besides mech. Well, he can do 2 things besides just mech. You can fold him up, and he has clips on the back of his legs, so much like how Phoenix could ride the dragon, Wolkaiser can then ride Catastros. The only problem is, his legs are not, well, it's just the way that these are angled, it's very awkward, so getting him to actually clip in is a little difficult, honestly. A little difficult. So that. And we have that. And you can have him ride Catastros, which is pretty nice. I do like that. Now the second thing that you can do, what you're going to want to do is take his sword, put it in his shield, which that even takes a little fiddling to do just to get it into where it's supposed to be. Take him off. Now before we move on to the second mode, you can bring out Phoenix, and you can actually have him ride Catastros as well. See, him it's a little easier. I think it's just because of how Wolzard's legs are a little bit more cumbersome. But you can have him ride him like that. And because of something that you can do later, if you want, you can totally have Pink fold in Pink's toe and just slide her like right there. That works, sort of. But anyway, let's take him off. Let's bring back in Wolzard. And for this combination, what you're going to first want to do is just rip off Catastros' head. Sorry, Catastros. Then you're going to want to rip off his horse head. Again, sorry. Fold up the blade. Fold this up, which then this peg will then clip into a hole that is right there. Clips in. Fold down this section here. And there is a little tab in there that you have to get in there with your finger and fold it out. And then take this, the hole right in the back of Catastros' head, plug that on like so. Set that off to the side, take Catastros, open the front legs up, and then you can take Wolzard and just line them up. And there are clips, but before I move on, there are clips here and here that will line up to the clips on the backs of his legs. And then close them. And then he has a Centaur mode, which is pretty nice. Very nice. Now with this, then you can take this, put it in his hand, and then he has a lance. So he has a shield and a lance. Nice, nice. And you can, of course, do that with Phoenix. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Open up. Set him off to the side. Bring in Phoenix. Straighten up the legs. Like I said, you can do it with Phoenix. And where he is a little bit more difficult because of the more armor he has, but you can still get him to hold the lance. Now, the moment... Actually, whoops. Yeah, it's a little bit difficult to get it out of his hand in particular. Undo this, unplug. Then we're going to bring in Wolzard, take the shield out of his hand, plug him back in. Now what you're going to want to do is, like I showed you, the sword handle can flip in, so flip that in, then insert it into the shield. Then there is a peg, black peg, right in the back of the shield that will plug in on the hole in his chest. Plug that in. And there are handles that are on the sides, and much like how Phoenix's arms can move forward like this, so can his arms. And what you want to do is bring them forward and have his hands wrap right around those lower handles. And there you go. And just so we can do it, open up his back and fold in the head. Next, what you're going to want to do, take these rear sections here and unclip them. Oop. Well, you're going to want to bring those black sections down first. But when you unclip these, then on the backs of these, there are clips. It's kind of going to be hard to get, but there is a clip. There is a peg that will peg into to hold that in place, and then turn that around. Do the same thing with the other side. Turn it around. Here we have the starts of the robot mode. Come back here, take this off and fold it up. And then, just that way we can have it ready, take these two and plug them into each other. Next, take the back parts, fold them up, which they don't want to stay up all that well. Fold in the horse feet, which will go right into those gaps there. Click out the arms. Take this piece right here, fold it down. Take this, rotate it, collapse it like this, and then fold it up. There we have that. And finally, for the robot head, take the actual horse head and fold down the robot face, plug it on top, and here we have Wolkaiser, or the Centarus Wolf Megazord. Now he is a good figure. Not as much articulation as, say, Magiking with the bending knees and everything, but he is a pretty good figure. Articulation-wise, though, to move his arms in and out, you can move his arms a full 360 without any problems. And that is about it. Weapons-wise, though, he has this, which is either a huge sword. By the way, take that little peg that we used for the lance, I'll fold that up. So he can either use that as a huge sword, or because he's a villain, I like to use the other side, because the other side seems almost like a scythe. So that works. I like that. Now Phoenix can do this too, but not with the horse head, because if you look, the way that it plugs in is specifically designed to work Wolkaiser. Now if we fold up Phoenix's head, the one peg that the horse's head pegs into, Phoenix does not have that. But you can remedy that with this section. So what you're going to want to do, take the weapon apart, fold this piece back, open this section up, and pull the Megazord out. Take red, plug it in, we'll raise up the arms, and plug it in. There we go. Plug it in. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second, guys. Alright guys, sorry about that phone call from my grandma. So what you're going to want to do is then you're going to want to take this piece, and we're just going to let him kind of flush down. You're going to want to take this piece, flip it up, turn around, and rotate this section. That will be the thing. And if you guys recognize that a little bit, it's very similar to the crest on the Sprite. So you know what we're going to do is we're going to sandwich that in between the arms, fold up the head, that way this has an easier time, fold it up, then fold it down, and here you have the Centarus Phoenix Megazord, And I think they called this Burning Kaiser. I'm not 100% sure. And then you can take the horse head, plug it back on, and then he has a sword. Oh, but before you do that, definitely fold up the robot face. That way the paint on there doesn't get scuffed up. Now he can do this, but because you have Phoenix here, put him off to the side real quick, Magi King is now lacking a chest piece. But what you can do, because that part of their head is similar, you can fold up Wolzard's legs and plug him right in where Phoenix used to go. You can have a dark Magi King. So my thing is, and this is, I'm not sure if this is canon or not, but Wolzard essentially took over these three guys' mind. But took over the mind of green, blue, and yellow. However, he did not get red and pink. But because he controlled their minds, he lost control of Catastrophes. But for pink to combine, she combines as a new part of the weapon. So fold that up so it is like a scythe. Again, and then fold up pink into her dragon head form and peg her on there. Now what I like to do is that her ribbons are enchanted with magic, and so this becomes almost like a chain and sickle. Like the ribbons would then like expand, so he can use it as like a chain and sickle type thing. And so there you go. Now, overall, what do I have to say about this set? It is cool. You do get a little bit of variation with these guys, a bigger variation with this guy. And yeah, it is just a really good figure. Now, like I said, I did pick this guy up off of eBay. If I remember to, I will put a link in the description below to the guy's page. And I think he might have another one of these. Not sure. And I will see all you guys in the next video. Power down!